ready for a wild ride? It's Park Talk Radio. D&B taking shots with hot takes as their ammo. We're talking theme parks, news updates, rides and more. Hold on tight, cause we're about to soar. Talking park, we won't hold back, we'll let it all out. Talking park, get your ears ready, cause we're gonna shout. We'll dive into the ride, some anecdotes, and all the fun. No filter here, just two guys trying to be number one.
Welcome again. It is episode 38 for Park Talk Radio. Bill here recording with you and alongside my great co-host Dave. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to follow us, like us, subscribe, engage. Park Talk Radio on all your podcast platforms. Be sure to share with your friends. Give us a 5-star review. We appreciate it, and it costs you nothing but a few seconds of your time. You can perform and engage with us on social media at Park Talk Radio. Like the page, join the group on Facebook, follow our Instagram, and what our wonderful social media content creator Brennan puts out for us. She just put out another great TikTok, a little ode to Nicole Kidman and AMC with Slaughter Cinema at Halloween Horror Nights. We love to see it. Such great stuff. You can also follow us on, as I mentioned, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, X, even on YouTube. That's right, we're all over the internet. If you want to send us a voicemail, 407-490-2220. Once again, 407-490-2220. We can take voicemails, text messages, and all in between. And the email, as always, parktalkradio@gmail.com. Here we are, episode 38. As I mentioned, we got fellow man, co-host, cruise captain, soon-to-be-wedded, man of the hour, Dave. What's going on?
But Lieutenant, dang, you ain't got no legs.
You talking about the guy in Tampa who's cruising on his boat through the hurricane?
Well, no, I mean, but that did spark my memory there. But I'm good old Forrest Gump quote.
Something chocolates. Mama said, "You got no legs."
Mama said you got no legs.
Good.
Mama said football's the devil.
Now get yourself some water and drink yourself that alligator. Bobby Gump. Bobby BouGump.
Bobby BouGump.
Bobby BouGump. Oh, I love that. I loved his restaurant over at City Walk. Bobby BouGump's fried gator.
That'll be my next Halloween costume, Bobby BouGump.
Bobby BouGump.
Be a mixture of Forrest Gump and Bobby Boucher.
Get you over here.
Bobby, did they ever catch that gorilla would escape from the zoo and punched you in the eye? No, Mama. The search continues.
They left that gorilla back in Nam.
I love Vicky and she loves me back. And she showed me her boobies and I like them too. I haven't watched that movie in forever.
Oh, man. All right. Well, Dave, glad to have you here again. 2 episodes in a row. I know you left us a little early last week for a little partying and captaining of your own ship. How'd that go for you?
It was good. We took my brother-in-law out for his birthday on the boat, and we rented jet skis. The water was a balmy 67 degrees, which is pretty cool for this time of the year already. Usually it's still a little warmer. But man, I was flinging people off jet skis left and right. It was a good time. We had a
swamping some asses.
We had a good day. So, and after my dive instructor course that I went through, 67 was a blessing because we did our training up in the springs, and it was about 50 something degrees outside when we were getting into that natural springs, and it's cold. So,
well, I'm glad you had a good time. Make it take that boat up the coast. Hit any theme parks?
No theme parks. But I will say the next time I'm on a PTR radio show, I will have a park visit to talk about.
Holy shit! We'll get to that in a moment. Very few park visits on our side, meaning Bill, myself. We hit some Horror Nights as always every week. We're on the last few days of it, and that's It's bittersweet. For me personally, I'm kind of done with the year. It's not that I did too much. There's not too much hard ice. It's just it's a lot of the same. There's nothing exceptional for me, and I got a little burnt out on the lineup this year. Love the atmosphere. Love the ambiance.
There are people I've seen that I know on social media that have been going to Horror Nights for many, many years, and they have made the comment they couldn't go this year. Well, one of which he works at Netherworld this year, but he was saying that he's glad.
That's good too.
he's like, I'm glad I didn't go to Horror Nights this year. So,
why is that?
Didn't ask, didn't look, didn't reach out to him, but you know, I'm thinking, you know, it could be, you know, if I were not able to attend Horror Nights due to financials or some other reason, you know, I'd be bitter and talking like I'm glad I didn't go. But
well, make yourself feel better, probably, right?
Yeah.
It's good riddance. I'm glad I didn't go. I don't need to be at that. But you do get to go. And just,
I do.
We're recording, and sorry for not saying this at the top of the show. Apologies for the late release this week. You know, last week of Horror Nights, it's a busy one, and we got my dad Brian in town, and we got Dave coming in a few days, and we're gonna hit up Horror Nights on Halloween. I'm always there anyway with Brennan, so
I'm leaving tomorrow night.
Return to form. So we'll get to that. I'm gonna get to Dave and what his plans are for his one and only visit this year. However, we did, as I mentioned, good long-time listener, multi-time voicemail leaver, my dad Brian's in town, and we hit up Epcot and Food and Wine last night, Monday. Just went for a few hours, check out some things. You know, we went earlier this year in September for my sister's 21st, and just due to the absolute insanity of the lines at Food and Wine this year, at least on that weekend, we were unable to try really anything at the booths. Did a lot of the mainstay bars that are there year-round inside Mexico, Italy, and so on. And unfortunately, we weren't able to try a lot of things. Now, it was after the work day, a little bit tired, and not terribly hungry. But we did get to go try some of this. The one standout that I really enjoyed was over in the, I believe, Field and Forest booth. And this is over by the entrance of World Showcase. If you head to your right and you head towards Canada, it's over there. And they had a bison, deer, and pork chili. Oh! It was pretty fucking tasty. Real rough on the cornbread, but that one was real good. And then the low light was right next door at this other booth. They had a pre-batched apple cider old fashioned made with a rum. Not good. Pretty not good. When's the last time you've been to Food and Wine, Dave?
Oh, jeez. All the festivals run together for me, so I know I've been. Does Food and Wines? Is it continued on? Does it go on in December?
No. For Epcot, that would be Festival of the Holidays or Holidays Around the World, where they do a number of food booths.
Wait a second. No. I think I went in November in 2018.
Okay, so a while ago. 6 years ago.
Yeah, so I know I've been to Festival of the Arts back in 2016.
Farts. That's
farts.
That's your spring. That's your early in the year, late winter, early spring festival.
Yeah, who knows? It's never a good time for my wallet.
No. Oh, it certainly hasn't gotten better. You know, that tiny 5 ounce, or not even 5 ounce, a small pour of that old fashioned was $12. Every food item is about $10 plus now. It's quite the bit. But we were able to get up to...
A lot of times the portions are very small, too.
Oh, yeah. You're getting a couple bites. I really give some credibility and credence to this chili I had. A bit more than a couple bites. And it was quite filling. The cornbread was just such a not good piece of it.
Yeah, I've always been the type of person who, you know, I've only drank around the world like twice. I tend to hit the rides more than I do World Showcase. So,
well, what back then? Guardians wasn't even open. So what rides were you doing? Land? That was a good ride.
I love Living with the Land. I love Figment.
One of the best rides.
Love Spaceship Earth. Used to
all the short waits.
Used to dabble in Ellen's Energy Adventure.
No, I like that one. That was a 42-minute journey through space and time in a nice cool room. I remember on the 24-hour day when we made it to Epcot, that'd be the designated nap.
Mm-hmm. I'm probably one of the few that thoroughly enjoys the more intense Mission Space Orange.
I haven't done that one in a long time.
I do it every time I go to Epcot. I love it. I love the takeoff. I could do without the simulated flying around Mars, but the takeoff, I just love that feeling of the G's.
You don't like going to Mars?
No.
Oh,
could care less.
You gotta do the slingshot, right?
Yeah, the slingshot around
the moon.
No, you do a slingshot around the moon.
Okay. Got to do the slingshot
to get to Mars. Yeah. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoy that one. Test Track, not so much, but I'll still ride it.
Test Track also closed.
Yeah, back when it was Test Track, I used to love it, but you know.
Oh, the original one, not the Tron.
Yes.
Tron bullshit when you were the Test Track dummy.
Yeah, I also
oh yeah, man.
Also enjoyed Captain EO whenever they used to bring that back. Great now, Michael Jackson.
For that one, was it Honey I Shrunk the Kids or Honey I Shrunk the Audience?
Honey I Shrunk the Audience, yes, but every once in a while they would overhaul it with the old school Captain EO attraction.
Okay, now did the theater move in Honey I Shrunk the Audience, or was it just purely 3D show? I can't remember. Oh, and then that begets my other question: Did the theater move, or was Captain EO just 3D? Because I don't think I've ever been to Captain EO.
It may have had a drop floor like Terminator.
But right.
I'm not 100% sure. It wasn't like a Shrek movement or anything like that. So
yeah, I can't remember. That's what happens. You go to these parks for a long time, or have been going since you're an infant. You have like these mixed memories. I was listening to another show, and they were going into a deep dive on the extraterrestrial alien encounter ride, which that thing's a fucking jam.
To be honest with you, I never got to ride it.
No. I did it one time, and it was terrifying.
I was too terrified to ride it.
I believe that's the correct way to feel about it, because holy shit.
Which I wish I would have just gotten on it, but I was a scaredy cat when I was younger, so.
Well, I don't know how you could be anything but in regards to that one. So, come back to the topic of park visit. We have a food and wine. We had a great time. It was great to have my dad there, and then we had the fortune of going to Space 220 bar, take him up 220 miles above Epcot for the first time, and check out some of the space drinks. And they just revamped the menu. They made it smaller and made it more concise. Still same great drinks, still same great inflated prices. And we had a really nice evening to close it out. That brings us to this upcoming Thursday, where we'll have the grand return and your first piece of attending Halloween Horror Nights for 2024. You said you're leaving here tomorrow night, Wednesday night, to get down to Orlando?
Wednesday night, early Thursday morning, yeah.
Dude.
I'll get to Orlando around 11-ish Orlando time.
Probably 11 a.m. Thursday morning.
Probably 11:30-ish. So,
oh boy. And you'll be driving the whole way, and then you're going to get to your hotel.
Yep.
Check in, get the shit out of the car.
Check in, get the shit out of the car, start pre-gaming, and then be the city walk by too.
Maybe grab yourself a Big Mac or a Baconator.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to... stop somewhere and grab some cheap food. I talked about jumping into Panda Express over there in City Walk or something. So I don't know. We'll see.
You're going to get there at 11, unpack, hit City Walk around 2:30 or so, and then just stay till close. Nope. Up for maybe 24 hours.
Yeah, probably closer to... Yeah, probably about 20 hours.
Jesus.
23 hours. When it's all said and done. So.
You still think you got it in you to go that long? Having not been prepped for the season, haven't been working a bunch, and dealing with all that, raising the family,
no doubt in my mind. I only get to go one night this year. This is the first time ever out of all the years I've gone to Horror Nights that I'm only going one night. Usually I do 2 weeks. So I've got to hit the ground running,
Exactly. Well, so what's the plan? How are you going to make this work? You have a plan of action just for the listeners who are at the very end of their trip possibly and just don't know if they're going to be able to check out everything they want to.
So the first thing I did was after I bought my tickets in my hotel, I bought Scream early tickets because I let my annual pass lapse because I wasn't going to be using it this year. And the plan was just to pregame at City Walk and then go in at 6:30. But I got to make sure I see every house this year. So I bought my Scream early tickets, and I'm guessing I'm going to try and hurry through Insidious, Quiet Place, do Stay and Scream at New York, and I've been looking at wait times, and it seems like a lot of the back of the park wait times and stuff have been hanging out around 35 minutes. So hopefully the season's starting to slow down. So,
well, we definitely saw that on Sunday. We got there after Stay and Scream, since we were out and we watched the football games, and we got there afterwards. And even afterwards, we got into the park around 7ish, even 7. The two in the back, Goblin's Feast and Turtle Bloodlines, the Monster House, still 30 or under 10 minutes. I meant to say.
Wow.
5 minutes still. Yeah. Not too bad.
Not too bad at all. So hopefully, Halloween nights, I've seen them where they were busy and I've seen them where they were absolutely dead. So we'll see.
Thursday, you think Thursday has any impact on this Halloween being busy or not?
I don't know. It's hard to say because, I have always, I don't think you can judge a Horror Nights night till you get there, because for many years I would go in September, and September was the time to go because it was slower.
I was dead.
But the last few years, everybody's starting to hear, September's slow. What's everybody doing? They're going in September,
Now, when September being slow, was that when Rush of Fear didn't exist and it was only...
that was even with when Rush of Fear existed.
Oh.
Shoot, I remember I was there for the first ever Wednesday night of Horror Nights. I believe this was 2018, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my god, yeah, that's right, because they didn't have Wednesdays before, and the Frequent Fear would just be Thursday, Friday, Sunday.
Yep. I remember I was with Joe Cool, and literally every house all night was like a 10-15 minute wait. All night.
I'm sure people didn't know what to do. They're like, "Oh fuck, Wednesday! What is this?" Yeah,
it was nuts. So, but
your plan to hang out in New York, Stay and Scream. I mean, I'm just following along your plan since I've had my fill. I just want to know. I want to see what your plan is. If there's something you are more excited about, or trying to focus more on, or just getting the houses completed.
Just getting the houses completed.
No particular one you're most excited for.
No, I could give two shits about the show.
Well, we got that part. Show's fine. But if you're going for one night, I would say definitely not to prioritize it.
Well, to be honest with you, this year, the house lineup is a very forgettable lineup. for for me this year. I don't know if it's just because I'm only going one night or if it's just because the house lineup is just so forgettable. But it's just if I had to recall all 10 houses right now, I probably could, but it'd be hard. So,
yeah, I think we just did that trivia last week for Fear and Beer Pod, and it turned out to be focused only on HHN 33, which is this year. I'm like, shit, I have none of this committed to memory, and the more recent years have been more and more difficult to even recall it. And we were even talking about at the trivia because we were trying to think of what houses were even in the lineup last year for 32. I said, I couldn't remember them.
Yeah.
And I feel like this one might be a bit of that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just want to make sure I get through everything. I'm excited, ready to go. So.
Absolutely. Well, we're looking forward to enjoying some time together, hanging out, having the fam back together. And we'll be sure to we'll have probably one more Horror Nights centric episode to close out the year. We'll have Dave, of course. We'll have Brendan, myself. We'll have final thoughts, closing thoughts, and maybe some things to look towards the future, and maybe a fun little game to incorporate that.
I do want to go ahead and throw kudos to Brennan because I did see that TikTok of the AMC style.
Oh, yeah.
That was a beautifully done TikTok. It was. I watched the whole thing and I was like, "Oh, this is cool. This is cool." So
she did a phenomenal job. So be sure to check that out at Park Talk Radio on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. It's all over our socials. Well, super, buddy. I'm really excited. Looking forward to hanging out with you and everyone on Thursday. We'll throw back to form. It was always a mark of like, all right, Horror Nights is finally appropriately here when you and I had our first night together.
Yep. And this year it's just coming at the end of the event.
At the end. All right, it's finally started on Halloween. Fortunately, Horror Nights does continue on November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. However, you and I will be departing on a cruise come Saturday morning, and you'll be traveling down to Cape Canaveral Friday morning. Now, Brennan and I will be there Friday night, one more time for us. But it's a little disheartening that you only get one night. I'm sorry that's the case for you and I. And selfishly, I want that long week where we're just going nonstop the entire time. We're going to see the one time a year.
If the financials were better, we'd probably do 2 nights. But it's just so much other stuff to worry about this week coming up. So it is what it is. It's fine. The kids are already shitting themselves excited, so they've only got one more day of school tomorrow, and then we head out. So
perfect. Well, we hope we get down here safe, and for that, to keep that in mind, Dave, myself, Brendan, we're all going on this cruise to celebrate Dave getting hitched up. It's a very exciting time. We'll be leaving on Saturday, November 2nd, and we're going to be gone for over a week. But fret not.
Yes.
Brendan and I are going to get a show recorded for you. This will probably be a Christmas preview of what all Christmas things are happening at the theme parks. Not only here in Florida, of course, but regional parks as well. That will come out on Monday, November 4th still. So you'll still get a show. And then the show after that will be our closing Horror Night show. Just to give you a lineup of what's coming up in regards to PTR here. Now, Dave, do you have any cruise news or cruise talk you want to share with everyone, perhaps? I have one story here, and then we'll get into our regular news.
Well, yeah, if you like cruising, Port Canaveral's right there by Orlando, so it's definitely a park-esque thing to talk about.
Well, especially these ships that have roller coasters, and the wave runners on there, or not the wave runner, the manufactured waves, not the wave pool,
flow riders,
flow rider.
I'll see if I can. I used to ride those competitively. I'll see if I can post a video into Park Talk Radio.
That'd be awesome.
But But yeah, if y'all want to follow along on TikTok and stuff, I'm sure we'll be putting out some stuff, some pictures, and
Once we can steal some
some
good
TikToks,
Wi-Fi on
or
the
at least
islands.
make them, and we'll release everything when we get back or something. But yeah.
Now, the cruise ship we're going on, does it have any of these fun attractions on here?
So it's
I know
got
the other boats have I think it's called a Bolt.
the Bolt roller coaster.
Yeah.
It's got a Skyrider, which is technically you could call it a roller coaster, but it is a self-powered roller coaster where you get up and you're attached to a railing and you pedal, but there are parts on it where it drops and you coast. So I mean, technically, technically, Seuss High in the Sky Trolley is technically a roller coaster. So I mean, a lot of things can technically be roller coasters, but
so we got
that'll be interesting.
Human-powered, the greatest power of all, human-power roller coaster out there at sea, just like the Daytona coaster.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might be the one thing we have on our boat. We don't got the fancy go-karts or any of the...
We got 2 water slides. One is, one's just one of your basic tube slides where you get in the tube and you go down on your back. The other one is an actual inner tube slide where you get in an inner tube and it's got the pretty lights inside and stuff like that. So we do have that.
Oh, okay.
We have an IMAX theater where Venom: The Last Dance will be showing.
Oh, you have
sure.
You got the movie lineup?
No, somebody from the previous cruise said that movie's going to be that movie's just came into the IMAX on the boat, so it should be on there.
They got bad reviews.
So I actually heard it was better than the second one.
I haven't seen the second one.
I enjoyed it just because I love Carnage from playing the old PS1 Spider-Man game.
Oh yeah, that one was rad.
Yeah, it was the best one, dude. Eel Nats was the cheat code where you could unlock every level, which is Stan Lee.
Holy shit! What a deep dive dig!
It's Stan Lee backwards.
Oh, wow, that makes sense.
But yeah. So that I know on the deck they did release the movies that they're showing on the deck, and most of them didn't seem very interesting to me.
No leftover Halloween or horror films we played.
There was one that looked good. Let's see if I can find it.
The exciting search tones of a clicky clack of the phone search bar pulling up. Well, I'm sure we'll be able to regale our great cruise deck movies while some guy
I'm sure they don't want to hear about
drowning himself in Corona Light and street tacos.
When I find it, I'll send you a picture, but I'm sure they don't care
we'll
to
share
hear
with
about...
you immediately.
I'm sure they don't care to hear about what movies we're going to be watching.
They care. So that'll be our segue into the news segment for tonight.
Breaking news, let me share the scoop. From the heart of Central Florida, it's all about being in the loop. Time to talk news, spreading international, going worldwide. Theme parks, roller coasters, and all your dark rides. The latest buzz, we're keeping it real. Ooh, yeah.
And our first story is from Disney Cruise Lines, announcing that the first DCL, Disney Cruise Line ship for guests in Asia, will set sail from Singapore on December 15th, 2025, and this will be the Disney Adventure. One of their newer ships. This was actually being created and built by a German manufacturer who got approximately 80% done with the ship, and then they ran out of money. Disney said, all right, we'll take it. This looks like this would fit in great with our lineup. And they've finished painting, and they're going to have it done in about a year and be setting sail. The cool thing about this, and while I was quizzing Dave on his cruise attraction knowledge is that they're going to have several attractions on here. One being the Iron Cycle Test Run. This will now be the longest roller coaster at sea, with coming in at 820 feet long, where you'll be test driving Tony Stark's latest Iron Cycle prototype as they're suspended 30 feet above upper decks. So that's a little bit longer than the Bolt coasters on several of the Carnival cruise ships. I believe that one's at 790 or so. So just ever so much longer than the Carnival boat. That extra inch Disney's really pushing for.
Yeah. That's the thing about coasters nowadays, is there's always a competition to be, they've made up, world's firsts,
That's
coasters.
Been several. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I mean,
Yeah.
we're not so much in the coaster wars anymore like the 2000s held, when everyone was trying to make the tallest and longest, fastest.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're just, here's the regional world record we have. There's some of those in SeaWorld here in Florida and in Busch Gardens, Florida, saying, oh, it's the fastest coaster ever. And then in small print, in Florida.
Yeah.
It's the fastest one for the state.
Like
So
when Hagrid's open, they said, "Oh, it's the first free fall on a coaster, drop coaster," which was already done on, I think, Verbolten for sure, and 13 over in what's that park? Not Thorpe Park, but
Europa.
No, not Europa.
Tivoli.
Alton Towers.
Alton Towers. I think they were saying it was the first one in America, and I think that even that was not completely
inaccurate,
true.
because Verbolten also
is that in the States?
Yeah.
Where's that at?
It is at. Ooh.
Oh man, another search time. I need some good music.
Where is Verbolten?
No, don't do that. Don't do that. The listeners can do that. They don't need to hear you ask the phone what it is. Why don't you just let the phone talk for you? Don't even need us anymore.
Busch Gardens, Williamsburg.
Oh, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, it is.
Oh. I don't know if that's right.
It is.
Well, I believe it. Okay, I believe it. So you have the Iron Cycle, 820 feet long. Nice little
Verbolten took over the Big Bad Wolf.
Oh, okay.
So it may have closed, but
Verbolten is still open.
There's no way it closed. Yeah,
Big Bad Wolf is gone. All right. So Verbolten has a drop section. Two other rides that will be on the Disney Adventure will be the PIM Quantum Racers, where it is basically bumper cars, or it's more like a Tomorrowland Speedway. Riders will steer cars on an oversized toy set track. And then Groot Galaxy Spin does not have the explicit verbiage on what this ride will be, except it will be a thrilling ride set to upbeat music, just like every other Guardians of the Galaxy attraction.
Wait, and this is on the cruise?
This is on the Disney Adventure.
What?
3 different rides. They're gonna have a slot car kind of racer. They're gonna have the roller coaster and a Groot ride.
This sounds very
probably be like teacups.
This sounds very Blue Sky to me, but I mean,
there's a cool picture of it. Of the concept art, at least.
Maybe so.
So moving on to our regional park news. We'll definitely see. I don't know if we're going to be taking any cruises out of Singapore anytime soon, since that's where it will be sailing. But you have to think the future ships will have these additions put onto it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We had the Disney Cruise Line. We did talk about that. Bolt attraction is 720 feet long, so it's 100 feet longer. Gotcha. Over to and just happenstance, wonderfully talking about it already. Busch Gardens Williamsburg
Oh,
They have announced their new coaster coming for 2025, a family inverted coaster. And they were originally taking options from the fans to name it. All they said is, here's the type of coaster it is. They probably gave the manufacturer. I don't have that down here. Unfortunately, oh no, actually it is from B&M, big time manufacturer down here at SeaWorld. And some of those big guys, but they're making the new family inverted coaster. I don't have the list of fan polls, but they have decided to go with the Big Bad Wolf, the Wolf's Revenge.
oh, I did see that. Yes.
Yep, as a nice homage to the old Big Bad Wolf suspended suspended swaying coaster, which their one does still exist over in Six Flags Magic Mountain. I believe it's called Ninja or the Ninja.
No. They have one at Cedar Point.
Cedar Point also has one.
Yes.
Oh, that one does. That one's a brighter color scheme, if I'm recalling.
I think it's red.
Red.
Ooh,
So this is a wordy title, The Big Bad Wolf, The Wolf's Revenge, as a homage to the old coaster that closed after its unfortunate accident when the swaying coaster cart swayed a little too far and crashed into a tree. Since Williamsburg is a very beautiful park and has a lot of natural beauty in the foliage and tree landscape. So we did lose that. Verbolten took its place, and now we're getting a homage name, but a little different one with a family inverted coaster opening up next year.
Big Bad Wolf was amazing. You went through a village, built village, and it was a cool ride.
So it does say that this Big Bad Wolf, the Wolf's Revenge, will be. There's a plan and concept in place to recreate the lost scenes of the coaster flying through the quiet village, as you were talking about there.
Wow.
That'd be really cool.
I definitely got to get back up to Busch Gardens.
Oh,
Williamsburg.
Yeah, I really love that park. It was one of our parks we would visit as a family and go check out Williamsburg, Busch Gardens, and King's Dominion.
Mm-hmm.
And then other piece of regional news is over in Six Flags Great Adventure, another long-time park I would visit as a youth when I lived up north. We talked about a couple things about potentially some rumors and some actualities of possibly King Dakar leaving, and then in conjunction Zumanjaro, and also the Sky Ride. And now the newest one has been the Green Lantern Standing Coaster, which opened up back in 2011. So King Dakar, definitely not going anywhere. You have it's still the world's tallest coaster. And it has
there's people protesting, bringing signs that say "Save King Dakar" to other events and stuff like that. So,
what do you mean other events? Where?
I think I don't know where it was, but somebody had
local wrestling show,
something like that. I don't know.
The indie dwarf wrestling, Save King Dakar in the back.
Yeah.
You have. I mean, that's still the world's tallest coaster, and attaches the world's tallest drop tower. Though that's not going anywhere. Sky Ride probably isn't going where. It didn't open this year. It more or less won't open in 2025. And as we talked about, this is a long, old, standing piece of machinery and attraction that just takes a long time to get parts made for it, and it's very expensive. And due to inspections earlier this year, it did fail those inspections, so it's not available or safe to operate. And then finally, Green Lantern, the standing coaster. I've never been a fan or have enjoyed standing coasters. I've done them to get the credit. Say I've done it, I did them. I've not done the surfing standing coaster in SeaWorld Orlando yet. However, it does sound like Green Lantern will be closing up shop and departing from Six Flags Great Adventure and leaving Jersey. Now, like many of these rides, and with the conjunction of Cedar Fair and Six Flags, this guy's probably getting packed up, converted, and placed into another park.
I've ridden one standing coaster at Six Flags over Georgia called the Georgia Scorcher, and
scorching that a taint.
Yes, for sure. That, and I've never gotten off a roller coaster where my legs were jiggly. And I was like, "What is going on, man?"
A unenjoyed jiggle, unfortunate.
Yeah.
God. Yeah, I can't normally recommend those standing ones there.
They were definitely a fad.
Well, again, Coaster Wars, what else can we do with this thing? What can we change? What can we do different? We got standing, we got sitting, we got flying, we got the motorcycle, light cycle, Hagrid coaster. I like a traditional, just nice little sit down, pull the shoulder restraints, and let me go. Or ideally, probably the Intamin lap bar
Yep.
Velocicoaster, no shoulders,
Yep.
no seatbelts. That's for pussies. All right. Our bigger section tonight is the Disney news, and I don't want to. I'd rather skip some of those stories than what we got here, but I'm going to jump into our Universal side of things tonight. And the top of the list, of course, was last week. We had the big announcement, and 2 weeks ago, we had the big announcement, and we talked about it on the last show. Universal Epic Universe tickets are going on sale, and alongside that will be the Helios Grand Hotel. Well, I gotta say that my dad was so kind and generous and exceptional. He was able to secure not opening day, but opening weekend tickets, the 23rd, 24th, and 25th, to attend Universal Epic Universe. And to accompany that, we will be there on opening day, May 22nd, for the Helios Grand Hotel grand official opening. We got rooms at.
I'm jealous. What kind of room did you get?
Well, as we talked about, there's only 500 rooms. Some of those are suites, some of those are presidential. Those are the family suites. We unfortunately, and I say that with the greatest heart and greatest appreciation, that we have rooms to begin with. We don't have the park view, but we have rooms to be there on opening day, and we have.
You can be up at. You can be up at.
I'll be in the bar.
Be up at the bar. Yeah,
on the bar all day long, and I'm so thankful and appreciative that.
That's gonna be rough. You're gonna be there with no opening day tickets. So you're just gonna have to sit there and watch.
There's gonna be more tickets, and if we have to buy the multi-day, multi-park ticket to go the one day, so fucking be it. We're not missing it.
Yeah. I'll be surprised if people. It's probably good that Universal, makes you put a name to a ticket, because otherwise. Scalpers would be. It'd be like a Taylor Swift concert.
Well, they haven't released any of the single day tickets outside the annual pass holder ones, and as of now, the entire month, the remainder month of May, meaning May 22nd to the end of the month, is sold out for the single day annual pass holder tickets. Those are still available for June, July, and so on. But as of now, there's no way to get a single day ticket for the month of May.
Financially, I'm probably going to have to wait until about June. So,
I was going to say, buddy, we got 2 rooms. There's definitely some space.
Yeah.
If you wanted to come.
Yeah, I'll call in sick to my wife. Be like, hey babe, I'm sick. I can't come home.
Be a remote husband, remote dad. Just wave hi on the video call.
Oh, jeez.
You're doing it for the show. You're doing it for the betterment of yourself, which makes you a better person, makes you a better husband and father. This is good. This is good for the family if you go.
Yeah, you try and tell her that.
Not my job. I've given you the words. You have to use them properly. So thank you to my dad. We're so excited. It's going to be excruciating waiting for the countdown here.
Oh, yeah.
What makes it a little easier, or maybe more difficult, up to you, is the announcements we had to look forward to as we get closer to those dates and the additional footage and pictures and excitement. So they've announced in the interim that not only will you have all these great meet and greets inside Universal Epic Universe across all the different worlds, inside Dark Universe specifically, you'll have those meet and greets with Frankenstein's creature, the Bride of Frankenstein, Invisible Man, of course. You'll also have the opportunity to sit down and hang out, at least talk to. In addition to those ones, the Phantom of the Opera and Creature from the Black Lagoon Gilman will be having photo ops inside Dark Universe, that's cool.
I just can't wait for the music and
the
somebody
score.
Somebody posted, just the ambiance of that area. Somebody posted a video of the Dark Universe ambient noises testing, and you know,
Oh, I saw the
they
video.
s-
I saw the video was posted. I didn't listen to it yet.
they said it was ambient noises, but it was wolves howling. So I'm wondering if they were getting bleed over from the Wolfman coaster.
Curse of the Werewolf coaster.
Yeah,
With the queue, or maybe
yeah,
the howls coming from the show scene.
yeah, possibly. Not sure. Looks really cool. And then I did get to see that that they're gonna have a bell toll, and then a 90-second pre-show before the windmill spits fire and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, that's just the one world in itself, and that
mhm.
it's gonna be that incredible across. I just I want to do the Cartman freeze me up, give me to the opening day. Let me get some
Oh,
tickets, and hopefully they do release some additional tickets for
scare
Sunday.
actors in the queue for
Now they didn't specifically say characters, and
they said jump scares.
There will be jump scares in the queue. And that was actually my next story. So great, move into that. And I want to talk briefly that we used to have this back at Skull Island Reign of Kong, the attraction in Islands of Adventure, where they had actual live scare actors and not simply jump scares or scary atmosphere or screen-based scares. And that was a short-lived piece in conjunction to a couple of things. You know, there's first and foremost some complaints that it was too scary, that they didn't know, parents, kids, etc. They were going into a haunted queue of sorts. It's a costly thing to have live actors inside there, especially when it's not very busy. It's not like a Horror Nights house where there's a constant flow. And then, COVID hit, couldn't have the actors, and now it's basically a boarded up curtain wall inside the queue. Now, Monsters Unchained, Frankenstein Experiment will have queue jump scares. What that means, I don't know. They could be animatronics, could be screen based, could be sound based, but there will be things that will scare you and make you jump. So I can't fathom what it could be besides screen based technology at this point.
Pneumatics, air pressure.
No, pneumatic, little air blast. Psst, get you
air
those
blasts.
good. Yeah.
The rattling coffins that start
those
rattling.
A classic.
Stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Maybe they'll repurpose the Quiet Place animatronic and throw him in there. They also released today, or was it today, or it was today or yesterday, a nice quick behind the scenes of the animatronics that you'll be encountering on the attraction, which they look fucking phenomenal. So there's going to be 14 different animatronics in here. And I know there's some minuscule concern and some pushback hesitation in regards to the visuals when they announced the ride in Dark Universe. But man, Dracula, which was my biggest negative or concern, because he didn't look like I would want him to look based on the visual and the CGI. But the animatronic Dracula, holy shit, his fangs actually come out.
Yeah.
Incredible. They showed
the
Dracula,
Frankenstein
Wolfman, Frank,
animatronic
Man.
When I first saw it, I was
scared.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I didn't think it was animatronic. I was like, "Holy shit, that's awesome!"
Yeah, he's waving his hands like the fire is actually in his face, and it's
and call or leave us a text message and let us know if I'm wrong. I was talking to Bill about this before the show. My only gripe with it is that the Gillman looks more like the Monster Squad Gillman, and he, what's with all the teeth? We're
teeth, more teeth. The quote Claire Denning from Jurassic World, more teeth.
And maybe it was in one of the later movies that I didn't see with the Gillman that he actually had teeth, but the original Gillman did not have teeth. So
he's like, he just got fish mouth. And to close out Universal, there was an announcement coming on October 31st. Universal is set to tease, or at least maybe possibly an opening date for the year-round Horror Nights attraction, Universal Horror Unleashed, located in Vegas. So there should be an announcement coming on October 31st. We'll be looking for it, or hopefully seeing something while we're in the park. Dave and I. The concept art so far has shown a large warehouse is supposed to have a couple houses, a full bar and restaurant, a tribute store, and the concept art so far has shown Jack and Chance. as you enter the facade.
Yeah, I definitely gonna have to check that out. That's, during the summer I can usually get cheap round trip flights from where I live to Vegas. So,
And especially where it's Area 15,
mm-hmm.
and that's pretty. It's pretty off the strip, so you should be able to find reasonable accommodations to stay out there while you're checking out the horror night stuff.
The strip. If you hit a casino, man, you can get strip hotels for cheap.
You talk like I have money to drop at the casino. And
well, I've
comped anything.
I've got a hookup at Harrah's because I've lost some money at Harrah's, so I can get us a hookup.
They'll hook you up for losing?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you spend money at a casino, and a lot of times you don't even have to spend money. If you just go to the casino and get a player's card, they start sending you free stuff.
That's it. You just sign up for the freebie, like the betting apps. Spend $5, get $200 for free. You
sign up, and they want you to come because half the battle.
I'm sure
half the battle is getting you there.
Yeah.
So,
right. Well, we got a good buddy, Heline. He's a frequent Vegas enjoyer, and I got some other friends who would love to go do another visit. Can't say they want to do Horror Unleashed, but they would love to go out there. I know Brent and I really want to check out the Battle Bots where they filmed the show out there. Get nice and liquored up, scream for robot mayhem.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Absolutely. Over to Disney. Couple quick news stories, and we'll wrap up for today. First one up. Very credible posting here that the popular piano bar at Disney's Boardwalk, Jellyrolls, likely closing in 2025.
Well, that's a big cast member hangout too, isn't it?
Well, yeah, because they get a pretty decent discount. The cover, last I went, $22 cover.
Wow.
2-drink minimum. Also, after you go inside, gets you no drinks.
That's pretty wild.
It's in its 29th year of operation, and has been taking care of people there. It's one of the last original venues of the Boardwalk area since Spoodle's ESPN Club, which was replaced by that egregiously priced cake bake shop, and Seashore Suites have all been closed and shuttered. Have you ever been to Jellyrolls?
I have not. The only places I've been on the Boardwalk are Spoodle's and ESPN Club, and then that hotel, the actual hotel gift shop, because that one time, the story where I forgot to wear deodorant.
Yes.
If you remember
that top dollar Disney deodorant tax.
Yep.
I like Jellyrolls. It's fun. It's a dueling piano bar. If you've never been, great. And yeah, it's a big cast member hangout because they get half off or $5 cover with their ID on certain days. And being a Disney endorsed joint, they're playing a lot of Disney songs on the pianos, which makes it a lot of fun. Everyone's always singing. Highly recommend it, but man, the cover, and then it's a very pricey place to drink and try to get drunk after you already just spent, nearly $25 to walk in the door. So if you have not been or looking to check it out, I'd say do it sooner than later. We're losing a lot of stuff this year between Animal Kingdom closures of the Dinorama area, Chester Hester, and then soon to be Dinosaur early in the next year. Great time to go check out some things, and then Tom Sawyer Island won't be too far behind it.
No.
Magic Kingdom. Already, it is October 29th, yeah?
Yep.
The New Year's Eve park reservation passes, gone. Can't get...
Wow.
There are no more Magic Kingdom park passes available for regular ticket holders, not even pass holders, regular ticket holders, for New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2024. So, if you wanted to go, you're out of luck. I don't know who would want to go to Magic Kingdom on New Year's Eve.
Actually, years and years and years ago when I was in high school, we went on the day before New Year's Eve and New Year's Eve. And it wasn't too bad, actually. It was the parks were open, way late, and then they had extra magic hours after that. And I remember the fireworks that went off, I didn't know what to expect, and seeing them like all 360 degrees around the Magic
the
Kingdom instead of just coming from
the perimeter fireworks.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
awesome. And my only gripe was they were playing non-theme park music throughout the park, which
Oh, for the New Year's countdown and all that, or just throughout the night?
Yeah. The way throughout the night. The way I am, if I go to a theme park, I don't want holiday music. I don't want I don't want regular music. I want the theme music. I want my favorite part.
Wishes, God damn it!
My favorite part of going to Islands of Adventure is each land you enter, there's a different soundtrack. You know, Port Adventure's got that beautiful music. You know,
it's not Pitbull.
The cat's meowing. Yeah,
bringing it into Sue's Landing.
Yeah, you go to Six Flags, they start playing Wet Ass Pussy when you're in line for the roller coaster.
I was genuinely taken aback. So New Year's Eve sold out Magic Kingdom. You can still get to Epcot, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios. I don't believe. I know for sure Animal Kingdom's not open till midnight. I don't know if Hollywood Studios is, Epcot is, and typically with Epcot and Magic Kingdom, they will have their New Year's Eve fireworks on December 30th and 31st as well.
Yeah,
so you can go the day before, you can go the day of. They have typically 2 performances a night, and then your midnight celebration. Magic Kingdom is not going to be the place you want to be, though.
No,
absolute terror to leave with the monorail at the end.
Every year I see the videos of the cars lined up to get through the main gate, and then you see the pictures of people shoulder to shoulder in Tomorrowland every year, and it's like, holy shit.
No thanks. Next up, there's been another grand price increase across the Walt Disney World parks.
What a surprise.
Seeing this on tickets, annual passes, snacks, buffets, character dining, and more. Every individually priced item on the food menus have increased between 20 cents and $5. Some things include the Mickey Pretzel is now $8.50, 25-cent bump. A Dasani water is up 25 cents to $4. Smart water up 25 cents to $6, and so on. And let's see, your dining buffets have gone up $7 or $6 here. For the breakfast at Cinderella's, it went up to $75, $6 more. And it's all across the park. Hey, poor old Disney, like Brent and I talked about, lost $500 million because of the hurricanes. What will they ever do? They're going to raise your shit. Individual ticket prices also went up. Magic Kingdom is now is $199. One day, one park.
This makes me really grateful that we grew up in the golden age, the Disney Renaissance, per se,
right,
with Michael Eisner. Because if the parks were like back then what they are today, there's no way my parents would have been able to afford to take me, 6-7 times a year.
Oh, surely not. And if we came down for a week-long vacation like we did every year before moving down to Florida, no fucking way.
No, and
not with this.
We used to do pretty consistently 3-day weekends, and we do a trip for 4 or 5 days, every once in a while. But there's no way. I don't see. I see people who have a similar job to what I have, and probably make less than what I do. And obviously I've vacationed a little bit outside of Disney. That's, I do other stuff than Disney, and I do more things throughout the year. But some of these people, man, they're going to Disney every 2 months, staying on site, staying there for a week. And I'm like, how the hell do you do that? Like,
and if you are able to do that, it's like, why would you go only there?
Yeah,
there's not, at least for me, I love the parks. I can't do it every single weekend. And as much as I do that a lot, I do want to see other things and go other places. Namely, other theme parks. I want to go other places.
I used to have to beg. I used to have to beg my parents to go to Universal for a day every time we went down to Disney.
Yeah.
So,
Please give me away from the fucking mouse.
and I
Give me a
loved
break.
Disney. I loved Disney. You know, Disney is just so classic, and um, Michael Eisner said it best. Like, I'm not here to watch this company be dismantled. I'm here to preserve what Disney wanted, but still make things better. And that's why Disney's so good, is because it's so nostalgic. But I will tell you, Iger and Chapek have run that company into the ground. I mean, obviously people still go, but I mean, just for the moderate, medium income family, Disney is not a once a year thing anymore. For a lot of people, Disney has become a once in a lifetime thing.
Well, that's
once
a lot
in a
of our
generation.
European visitors, or a lot of European, but also foreign visitors. They'll save up 10 years of their vacation. Little I can't talk. Vacation eggs, and they'll come here and they'll spend the 14 days and say, "All right, guess we're done for the next decade if we want to come back." Golly! So you have those price increases across, not only on food, drinks, but tickets, and then your annual passes as well. Probably the most popular pass, the Pirate Pass, gone up $30. Sorcerer Pass up 80 or so, and then the top tier pass went up another $100.
And I mean, if you think about it, that's just, you just got to go one extra day to make it worth your money. Then you would have gone.
Sure, if you can afford the down payment, or paying 60, 70, 80, $100+ a month.
It's gotten.
It's rough.
It's gotten rough.
It's disappointing. I mean, we really saw such a difference when we were looking at the Epic tickets, because until opening day, or at least ticket opening day, when they put everything on sale, we didn't have a real concept of how much it would be to stay at Helios Grand Hotel. It's the first in-park hotel we have here in the big theme parks here. It's in Florida. And the other one we could really make a relation to is the Grand Californian out in Disney California Adventure. Very pricey. And then if you want to make it a little similar to what we have here in Florida, you would have to assume, well, Helios Grand is basically a luxury resort just without the express pass. And the ones that are in park are your Magic Kingdom, Contemporary, Polynesian, and Grand Flow, Bay Lake hotels, Seven Seas hotels.
Yep.
The tickets go on sale. Even the Park View was under $600 a night for the Helios Grand. You're in the goddamn park. You're looking at the park as you go to bed and wake up. Under $600. A similarly priced night at the Contemporary was just under $900 a night.
Yeah.
And you have to take the monorail still, and you get 30 minutes extra magic hour.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
It's nuts. Well, with that new system they're coming out with, you'll also be able to purchase the Lightning Lane passes with that new system, from what I understand. One, right? Yes, but you have to be staying at a deluxe resort.
At the deluxe resort, after you're paying $900 a night at Contemporary, you have the opportunity.
I think they range from $200 to $500 or something like that.
On the busiest day at Magic Kingdom, it'll be $500.
You're pretty much
$400.
You're pretty much paying for a VIP tour without a tour guide is what you're doing.
Well, a VIP tour is about $600 a person.
Yeah, so you're pretty much paying for a VIP tour without the tour guide. That being said, I was really surprised when I saw the 3-day tickets. The two other parks, or the three other parks on the other 2 days, plus the 1 day at Epic. Was only running like $159, which is not bad at all.
Not terrible. Yeah, per day. So a total of.
Oh, is it per day?
Well, yeah, because depending on the time frame you go, it was after it was all said and done, between $320 and $500 something.
Oh, for the 3 day. Okay.
Yeah, you're not getting into 3 parks for $160.
Yeah. Well, I misread that then.
Nonetheless, $500 to go to 3 parks over 3 days. Plus one's the new guy.
I'm scared to see the annual pass prices in 2026 when they release them. If they release them in 2026,
they'll release them. They're gonna do it. Eventually.
I'm scared to see the 4-park pass.
I mean, right now,
even the ones with blackout dates are going to be running $500.
Oh, that doesn't sound too bad. I'm paying $800 for Disney. Yeah, I barely go to all 4.
Mm-hmm.
And when that Epic Pass comes out, I'd be going to Epic more often than the other 2.
I think that as well. I definitely want to hit Epic, but I have always enjoyed, going to the parks when Islands was a thing, and when Harry Potter opened, and there was no when the original Wizarding World opened, and there was no Diagon Alley, you could go over to Studios, and there were no waits.
So chilling.
So I'm definitely going to take advantage of those lower wait times at the original Studios and the Islands of Adventure, because I think Universal, the parks tend to fluctuate with new attractions on which one's busier. So I'll enjoy it if we can get in there, and the original in the Studios is lower wait times.
Oh yeah, you could be chilling easy in IOA. Hagrid's might be fine enough to walk and stand by. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. All right, I got one more story and then a quick burst of Disney criminals for you, Dave. I know you always like them.
I do like those.
Last one over at Disneyland. There has been a survey sent out to Disneyland Resort guests suggesting that they're maybe considering a haunted maze and other entertainment to Oogie Boogie Bash.
Oh, I did see that, actually.
Right. So Oogie Boogie Bash, a separately ticketed event over at Disney's California Adventure, already targeted at, the teenage and older crowd due to the subject matter and content. A lot of face characters and actors who can get a bit more edgy with the guest. It's also a wet event, plenty of alcohol and things to enjoy. And with this current survey, they're saying, hey, we may want to include things such as a Hocus Pocus stage show. Would you like more Halloween themed rides? Would you like a Nightmare Before Christmas show? And maybe would you want a haunted maze here at California Adventure? Now, if they do one maze, that thing's going to be the longest line of the night. I'm sure people would love that. I would personally love to see it.
Was it Disneyland Paris that used to have a haunted?
I was reading just that. Now, they used to have one at... Where my
I believe go? It was
over in Hong Kong Disneyland.
Hong Kong. And I believe it was a Mad Hatter
experiment. Nightmare experiment.
Yeah, it was
mazes.
Like a Mad Hatter type. Yeah.
Yep. And then Disneyland does offer the Ghoul House Haunted Maze in the Redwood Creek Challenge Trail of California Adventure to their cast members once a year. I would have to think they would just turn this into a public maze and 2 for 1. The cast members get to enjoy it, and then, hey, we've already built it, we already made it, we may zhuzh it up, make it bigger, longer, so the guests can enjoy it. Now, if they do add a maze to Oogie Boogie Bash, I can expect the ticket prices to go up at least $20 a person.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. That'd be really cool. I loved Oogie Boogie Bash last year. Can't wait to go again. Don't know when I'll be able to go again. But they add a haunted house. I'll be loving it even more. All right, quick blitz of stories, and then we're out of here for criminals and other pieces. At the October 25th performance of Fantasmic at Disney's Hollywood Studios, the Disney princesses freeze and fall, being Belle and what appears to be Ariel, as the barges collide.
I did see that.
During Fantasmic. The show continued. I don't know how they collided, because aren't they on tracks?
No, those boats are not on tracks.
Well, they're live. Okay. 2 barges approach each other, but rather than passing by one another as they usually do, there was a malfunction, and they collided.
I'm 99% sure they're not on tracks, but
I always thought they were on tracks because they go in such a fluid, curvature of between the stage and the amphitheater seating. It seems like they're on tracks. But there's some images here. You can find them online. just
with the
moments before disaster.
gas pipes that are underwater, they may be on a track, but I always thought they were driven. But
crazy. So Prince Eric and Ariel, they maintained they didn't fall. Belle falls to the ground, but maintained character. Show kept going. She looks longingly up at the beast. The beast runs over and picks her up, and the show continues. Seems like no incidents or any injuries occurred, and we love to hear that. The show continues on to this day. Seems like there's no real issues standing. Next up, elderly guest was arrested for urinating in bushes at the Walt Disney World Ticket and Transportation Center. An 80-year-old man suffering from severe urinary incontinence because of this very in-depth report. Because of prostate issues, was arrested for peeing in bushes at the TTC.
See,
the poor old man.
There are bathrooms at the TTC.
There definitely are. I don't know what, he's just super incontinent.
So when I ran the Disney Marathon, I had to pee really bad because you're ingesting so many fluids. And I remember I was running toward the TTC down the main strip.
Old man makeup, and you peed in the bush.
No. Actually, so they would have porta potties along the road, right?
Oh, right.
And there's police officers everywhere and stuff like that. And they only had a select few porta potties, but people are just standing on the side of the main road at Disney while monorails are going by, peeing. And I'm like, nobody's saying anything to these people, so I did it too. Because the line for the porta potties was long, but there were people just stopping on the side of the road and peeing the whole marathon. People were doing that.
Pee with the best of them.
And so I was like, well, okay, I guess
first place don't pee in the porta potty.
I guess this isn't frowned upon. So
next up, our next criminal comes from Texas. This man was accused of pushing his stroller with his child inside into a Disney cast member, gets into a terse exchange before the fireworks, and then shoulder checks her to ensure he has the best spot to view happily ever after that evening.
Oh, guys,
Jesus
giving
Christ.
Real beta male right there, having to shoulder check a female.
Arrested, charged with battery.
Yeah, and rightfully so.
Andrew Dixon of Flower Mound, Texas. Well, Andrew, if you're coming from the town of Flower Mound, I can tell how you play. 35-year-old shoulder checking this little cast member because he wanted to see the fucking fireworks. Look, I understand seeing the fireworks at Magic Kingdom. It's a special moment. It's important to me. It's very hard to get a good spot if you're running late. But god damn, don't push people.
And these cast members are just doing their job, enforcing the rules that they're made to enforce.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
So,
ugh. And then our final one, and maybe you can give some insight to it before we close up. A food delivery driver was trespassed and arrested for a joke threat to blow up Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge.
They take those threats very seriously.
Well, I'm sure fucking they
did. Very seriously.
I guess this guy was trying to do a food delivery, DoorDash or whatever. And he was not being let in. I guess he made a fake threat, allegedly, that he was going to blow up the resort, telling the security guard his car was full of explosive and started giggling at him. Mm-hmm. After making these threats, he said he was a delivery driver and there to deliver food. Oh my god, why?
Yeah, why would you make that joke? He probably thought he was being funny, but stuff like that, it's just you can't joke about that stuff.
So they had because they had to bring in senior leadership. They had to do a explosive canine sweep of the car, bring in Orange County Sheriff, and then they trespassed this guy, and he was arrested with a 2nd-degree felony.
Yeah.
That sound about right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
What do you do if a guy walks up and says, I got a bomb? I'm gonna blow up the McDonald's down the road. Taking him down. Shoot him. Draw your sidearm. Unleash the beast. Spear him.
I wouldn't think somebody's stupid enough to say that to me, but I don't know what I would do if they said that.
You'd be like, better call Disney. They know how to handle it.
Yeah.
All right, Dave. Good job today. Bobby BouGump, my good friend here.
BouGump.
Can go blow off his legs and drive 20 hours running down to Orlando here. It's only a
5-hour drive.
5-hour run down to Orlando.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm so excited. I can't wait for Thursday. Horror Nights. Can't wait for Saturday. Your wedding cruise extravaganza. Whew.
It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild.
Anything else before we close out? We got no wall of shame, no Easter egg, no nothing for you today. But anything else from you, buddy?
Just excited to see you, man. Literally, I will see you tomorrow because of the time it is right now.
He will see me in the park.
I will see you tomorrow because it is after midnight. So,
and maybe you and I can leave a voicemail for the show.
Let's do it. Let's
you
do
can
it.
leave a voicemail 407-490-2220. Voicemail, text, email, sparktalkradio@gmail.com. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, your social medias at Park Talk Radio, and be sure to engage on your podcast platform, Spotify, Podcast Addict, YouTube as well. Park Talk Radio. Love you guys. Love you, Dave. Cannot wait to see you in the park, and we'll see you all else in the park. All right.
All right.
All right.